All right, in today's video, I'm doing an unboxing of the DaVinci Resolve Micro Color Panel. The color panel, not the micro panel. This one's for color grading, folks. So as you open it up, you get this nice manual, super simple, nice layout, good graphic design, not overwhelming. So I'm definitely going to keep that handy in the coming days to reference. Solid, like the way it's done. Moving on, we have the panel itself. And included is a USB-C to USB-C cable. Nice and long, pretty solid. I don't know the exact feet, but yeah, handy. And of course the panel itself. Full plastic constructions, a little heavier than I expected. USB-C on the back as well as Bluetooth. And has a kind of nice matte finish, though I think these will attract fingerprints over time. And then you have these useless things. Blackmagic design sticker, and a flyer for DaVinci Resolve, in case you didn't know about it, because you bought these panels. And then this is what it looks like next to the micro panel, a little bit smaller. And this is what it looks like next to the mini panel, a lot a bit smaller. And if you're using a higher profile keyboard, I highly suggest putting a book under it so you can kind of snugly fit it under. And there we go. Okay, so I have a rough setup here with my panels under that book. I used a different book here, and keyboard and other macro buttons here. I'm going to be using this setup tomorrow for my session, and I'll do a follow-up video letting you guys know how it went and kind of going over more of the full functions of this panel as I get familiar with it. But so far so good. I've done some quick tests, and man, I'm really stoked on how this is performing and the responsiveness and just kind of the new features and things we can finally do on panels that I've been wishing we could. So first off, the rings. The rings are plastic, but they have this very similar resistance to the current panels, the micro and the mini. Obviously, there's less to grab onto, but the responsiveness is nice, and yeah, I don't feel a whole lot of difference. I quite like this. The balls is where we do sort of feel more of that cheaper, lower endness of this product, if you will. They are plastic and they don't have as much of a smooth kind of response. It isn't super loose though, which is nice. There is some resistance, but they just don't feel as premium as the metal balls that you find in the micro and the mini panels. I mean, yeah, it's a $500 panel. What do you expect? So then moving on to the buttons. The buttons I feel like are going to be very polarizing. You're going to either hate them or you're gonna love them. I absolutely love them because they are far more tactile. Some people are probably gonna say they feel cheaper. That may be true, but I think they're just nicer to use than the current buttons on the micro and the mini, which I hate. They feel super gummy and stiff, and it's just not a pleasant clicking experience. Whereas on this, I think I'll be using these buttons a lot more. Moving on to the knobs, they feel very similar to the current knobs on the micro and mini. They're just a little bit shorter, a little bit stubbier, and weirdly, they're laid out in 4x4 instead of groups of 3s. So if you're used to like your contrast being right next to your pivot, there's actually a little bit more of a gap there, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a huge game changer. And then finally up top, you have the slot for your iPad. I briefly stuck my iPad in there. The angle is a little bit too pointing this way, the way I have this setup going. So I'm not going to be using that. Plus I have my scopes over on this monitor here. So yeah, just let me know what else you want to see in the next video when I do a more thorough review of the functionality. For now, this is just unboxing and first impressions. Thanks all 3 of you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.